This week in outer space was pretty busy. On Tuesday, Japan's space program hit a major speed bump. While the JAXA H-3 made it off the launch pad, its third booster rocket failed to ignite, and the ground crew was forced to initiate a self-destruct sequence. Luckily, no one was hurt, although the H-3 was carrying a $1.47 billion satellite, which does not work anymore. Meanwhile, over in Cape Canaveral, Relativity Space, a private aerospace company nipping at the heels of Blue Origin and SpaceX, prepared to launch the first ever 3D printed spacecraft. However, concerns over fuel temperature forced them to delay. The next attempt is scheduled for Saturday afternoon, which is unfortunately after we record this show. Rounding out this week's launch schedule, on Thursday, China deployed 2 new satellites, and SpaceX acted as an interstellar courier for OneWeb, a space-based communications company that is in some ways a competitor to SpaceX's Starlink internet service. The big story this week, however, was from the OG space agency, NASA. At the same time President Biden was unveiling his $6.8 trillion budget proposal for 2024 during his annual The State of NASA address, NASA Administrator Bill Nelson previewed how NASA intends to spend its modest $27.2 billion slice of the pie. Nelson went big on the moon, reminding everybody that yes, we are going back. Sometime next year, 3 astronauts will travel and circle the moon, and if that goes well, the next mission will actually land. But before they get there, NASA and private partners intend to send a whole bunch of equipment so that once the first woman and next man step foot on the moon, everything is ready for them to get to work. A little further out, on the Red Planet, NASA's upcoming Mars sample return mission will not only study Martian soil, but send it back to Earth for further analysis. In turning back to Earth, Nelson detailed how a new generation of satellites will revolutionize how we monitor and protect our planet as a system. That data will all feed into the Earth Information Center, which Nelson compared to a, quote, mission control, but for climate and Earth science. The NASA chief also previewed what's next for planetary defense against asteroids, showed off research that could make air travel greener and a heck of a lot faster, and highlighted NASA's commitment to inspiring the next generation of astronauts.
The state of NASA is growing ever stronger and beaming inspiration across America and throughout the world.
And finally, some bad news for Tom Cruise. Back in October, the head of Universal Pictures made waves by hinting that an upcoming film led by none other than Tom Cruise could literally be heading to outer space. Now, at the time, it seemed a little outlandish, but given Cruise's career of going to increasingly extreme lengths to pull off increasingly elaborate stunts, going to space didn't seem like too much of a giant leap. But unfortunately, it appears someone already beat him to it. On Wednesday, a trailer for The Challenge, which was produced by Russia Channel 1 in partnership with Roscosmos and partially filmed aboard the International Space Station, was released. No word on if The Challenge will see an official release in the United States, although Tom Cruise still hopes to one-up that production by becoming the first civilian to do a spacewalk outside the ISS. And you know what? I think there's a pretty good chance he'll actually do it. Well, that's it for this week. See you next Saturday for more This Week in Outer Space.